Coffee on the way to the gym. I have no Monsters still, just all coffee, and I'm loving coffee. I love coffee, to be honest. I only have one a day. It's not like I'm going overboard on that either. I'm making sure that I don't overdo it. In relation to water, I'm still getting my 5 litres of water every single day with the 6 grams of Celtic sea salt. What is the crack this week? This week has been a busy week. Like, PTs are mobbed, online clients building, just nailing goals, smashing goals, making sure everyone has basically what they need. It's to keep pushing them forward, which is brilliant. It's going very well, actually, to be honest. Like, as in the amount of people that are getting results now is crazy. So if you're not part of Chillbed, this is your call out to give us a contact, especially if you're struggling with goals. Because I do go on about, I remember I got done in a video there last week in relation on my Instagram page as well, about me having a coach and speeding up the process 100%, because all the work is in his hands. I just do what he tells me to do, and then boom, we have the physique. If I don't do it, let's say he's telling me cut X, cut do it, and I don't do it, then that's on my bad. But a lot of people, when they get coaches, they get plans, they get sort of stuff there, they think it's a magic wand, and like, you know, that we'll be able to just like melt the fat off them, where it's actually, we give the guide and it's you to put in the work. Like, sat nav will tell you where to go, but you're the driver. You will actually drive the car to that destination. This week it was just keep pushing on in everything, making sure my heart rate was at 120. I got my polar system back up and running. The CMOS battery was actually got in it. That's why it's up. And there's also another thing. I basically there was too much hair on my chest, I would say, that it wasn't detecting it. What I did on one of the mornings, I literally just took a patch of hair across where the yoke was. It looks ridiculous, but I was just testing it. I was like, I'll clean it up after. And that's what I did. I just took it straight and it worked. Between the CMOS battery and me doing that, skin on skin, then with the electrolytes and adding water to that, it worked to a T. So that is back. I'll have that in the bag, because today we are a busy day, which I will talk in a second. But all the cardio has been smashed. Every single session has been smashed. I had physio. My knee was giving me awful trouble in relation to that. With my knee, it's normally quads been locked up or something to a certain extent. Even when I was talking to physio, he was like, look, you're probably going too low on the leg press, but as in not going low, like, look, you want max knee flexion in the leg press. But what I did 2 to 3 weeks ago, and it was funny how I picked it up straight away. I pulled up the leg press seat one more to try and get lower depth. But what was happening was, when I was coming down, basically my knees are pushing out and I was driving through the kneecaps. That was why I thought, oh yeah, I'm getting lower and lower, but it wasn't. It was actually, I was forcing through my knees, which were basically fucking my knees up. That's what we've changed back. Yesterday I did it the proper way again, and it was perfect, because I'm doing the leg press twice in the week. I do it on Tuesdays as well, because Tuesdays I pull and legs, so I have like four exercises roughly on pull, and then about 3 or 4 on legs as well. And then on Friday is my full leg day, where I absolutely just destroy my legs. Everything went all into plan this week. Nothing changes in relation to my food or my workouts, as in on the plan. But he said he's going to turn the screw next week. What turning the screw I'm going to get is that cardio is going to be upped. I'm doing 30 minutes cardio now for basically 30 minute cardio at 120 heart rate every single morning fasted. I'm going to reckon he's going to pull this at least to 40, if not 50. I'd say 40, because we're still 25 weeks out or 24 weeks out. He's also then going to cut a small bit of carbs down. Our carb intake is still nice and high, but I reckon he's going to cut a small bit down in relation to that, and just keep steps are going to be still around the 12k mark. I'd say maybe he might push into 13-14k, but we're not, like with me, yes, I would be like, we're going to turn it now, we're going to cut down a bit more and watch the way, whereas it's slow adjusting, and like you watch the body even adhere to it. Like, every single thing that's going into my mouth is weighed, every single thing is tracked, every single thing is noted down. Even on my blood sugar, I can add in notes. I'm adding in when I'm doing my workouts, when I'm doing my cardio, when I'm getting into the ice bath, when I'm giving insulin, when I'm eating. Everything like is in detail. If you want to even, I'll go through another video of that and go through in detail what I do be tracking, because then let's say I can go back on this week and be like, okay, I went high here, okay, I need more insulin here. I'm gonna jinx myself now, but my blood sugars at night time have been the best they have ever been in since I've been recording them. As in, what I mean by this, they're 5s. Like last night I was like 5.2 from 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning, right? I was between 5.5 and 5.7. I stayed the whole way, which was brilliant. Obviously it just shows that when any kind of sickness is kind of underlying or something's in the background, because my stomach was a bit off last week, but you know, it wasn't making me awful sick or anything. Like I can push through all these stuff, but it flares up in the diabetes. Like it just throws another barrier and saying, look, something going on in your body, we're trying to battle with that, and the insulin does A1, sugars go through the roof as well. So then I have to up the insulin, and then what happens then, once I get better again and the insulin's still high, I go low, so I have to drop the insulin again. It's a constant change. Like even from, I put on my video there, previous videos, on my front of my screen, what I have there, as in like I have what times I eat, how much insulin I had to be given every single day. This has changed. Again, like it was 11 I think basal, I done that, and 13 now basically at night time. That's the game changer that has changed everything. I will be reviewing everything as we're getting leaner now, as the weeks go on. My insulin will reduce, as in it will be quicker to actually work, right? But that just to go up on that, right, with the insulin working when my weight drops, just take that into consideration. Even for every single one of you, even if you're not diabetic, it doesn't matter. So I'm giving the insulin, so that's my pancreas that I'm pushing it in, that is working. So it's working better when I have less weight. If you think about it, you have a lot of excess weight on top of your body. It takes a long time for that insulin to travel around to actually break down the glucose to actually work, right? It's the same thing as your pancreas working. I'd say basically my pancreas is not, but it's the same way as it's breaking down. Like, and that is what people don't realise. They think, oh sure, deal with it. The more weight you have on the body, the more stress you have. Like a lot of people that have knee problems, for example, this is what I always say: if you drop like 10, 15, if they can, like 10, 15, 20 kg, if they have a lot of significant weight up on top, their legs are obviously going to tank them, because that's 20 kg every single day they're walking around without, right? Because there's a lad in the shed and he's nearly getting close to the 20 kg now mark. I even gave 15 kg weights for him to hold to walk around, and he was like, fucking hell, this is heavy, right? And then I was like, yeah, that's what you were walking around with every single day, even though he weren't having pains or anything. But no wonder he feels a lot better now and a lot more moving and, you know, just way more energy with life. Same myself, right? Look, I've gone from 70 kg boxer, like lightweight, I was around 71 to middleweight, to then, like, as I got fat, basically wasn't muscle, 81, and that's when I soon realised we're up against 81 lads boxing with muscle, oh god. Because when I cut down, I'll be probably about that, and I'm 98. Well, no, I'm actually 95 now at the moment. I was 98 when I started this prep. I'm only 3 weeks in. I'm already seeing a massive difference of 3 kg. Slow changes. Like 1 week it didn't drop down because there was a bit of sickness, but I didn't rush it. My coach kept the same thing. And then we dropped. Today now I've done my fasted cardio. I am on the way to the gym in Newcastle West. And then what I basically got to do then is get post-workout food in. I'll get, and like that'll be, what time is it now? Nearly 10 o'clock. I'm in late getting up this morning. So it'd probably be about the 12 mark. So 1, 2, 3. I'd be hoping to have another meal maybe around, if I'm hungry, the 2 mark maybe. And maybe another meal at 4 before the run, just to get the carbs in. But saying that, I may pull just 1 meal in with the carbs, and that will be probably during the middle of the day, more than likely at maybe an hour, 2 hours before the run, right? We haven't, like the run when I'm on about, where I'm doing an 8k. I did an 8k last year as well. That's the last time I actually ran, was the 8k last year. Look, I was prepared last year. I was doing 2-3 runs every single week. I was doing it on the track. I was building it up week on week. Whereas this year, I'm just going out, seeing how it feels, see how, you know what, it won't be even a run for me. It'll be a nice jog to walk. I'm just going out. I'll be wearing my Polar system. I'm going to try and keep my heart rate low, as in not going to push the barriers. I'm going to make sure, like, try not to increase as much inflammation as I can, and just I want to kind of keep in a fat zone rather than burning off my carbs, you know, that type of way. But what I'm really going to do is just enjoy it as well. Hopefully it's fine weather today. So that's 8k. Last year I did in, what, I don't know, 44, 45 minutes. Be probably, geez, I'll be delighted with the hour today. But I'll see. I'll sync up my watch. I have my Polar system. I'll keep an eye on what I'm basically doing in relation to time mark. The key thing, this is the key thing for me today, and it's going to be the hardest thing, starting out slow. I forgot, myself and Pat took off like lunatics last year. We sprinted, we were gone, we were jumping, and I was trying to look at the watch, see what pace. My watch didn't even know what pace we were going. It was up and down, and I was dressed up as a woman as well last year, the wig and the cheerleader costume, and I had these pom-pom yokes on my wrist, so I couldn't even read my watch. I couldn't put on my headphones because the wig covered it too much. So last year, like, there was a lot. I had a fanny pack yoke going around because I was wearing my insulin pump at the time. I needed a pocket. I put on a fanny pack yoke, and that kept moving. Oh my god, it was awful last year in relation to the annoyance of everything. Today, just gonna go out and enjoy it. As in, I'm going now smashing a workout, smashing upper body. I'm leaving, like, did my cardio this morning. I left nothing in the tank either. As in, I'm not prioritizing this 8k, and what I'm doing is I'm prioritizing my priorities, which is my photo shoot prep. Everything that in the end, my photo shoot prep is nailed. In relation to this run, I don't care what score I get as long as I complete it. It's an extra output at the end of the day. It'll be just interesting old run to see. I've got new runners actually. Myself and my girlfriend got new runners during the week for the run, because I had runners that for now walking around the shed and keep coming from the New Balance, but now I've got the New Balance Run, the V4 fuel cell. These are unbelievable. That's what I ran in last year, but I find these unbelievable. Like the Fairlight are just so comfy as well. So I'm gonna use these today. I have them actually on me at the moment. I put them on yesterday evening. As I said, I just get used to them, break them in. I know, yeah, a day or whatever. No runs in them though. No runs in them. I'm hoping my joints kind of keep good. Because look, I have been feeling my knees this week. Changing the weather is not helping now. It's going from up to cold and down. Inflammation's been risen up and down as well. What's happening is, I'm pushing on the ice bed. The ice bed was cold this morning. No, I'm not going to lie. Yesterday was even colder. Yesterday when I went in, I did not want to stay in it. I stayed in for the full 20 minutes. I wanted to get out of it. It was literally about 6 degrees yesterday. Water. And 6 degrees water might sound warm. Like, get into water that's 6 degrees and you tell me. I have gone into water that's freezing ice cold. But the thing about that wasn't actually, look, it's bad. Don't want me breaking Hurley on TikTok, you've probably seen it on our Instagram. Like, that wasn't too bad. The reason why is because it was colder temperature. My body was actually colder anyway. Whereas now it's warm, the heating's on in the house again, which I'm not a fan of because I love being cold, as in sleeping as well. But obviously there's more people in the house. Yeah, it's a lot warmer to go into a lot colder environment, so it's tough. Like, literally, like, I get up, straight out the door into, I get up, weigh myself, then I'm straight out into the ice bath, and then I get dressed for cardio. So I do first thing in the morning, because otherwise I sit down and just getting tired. I'm not even getting tired, I'm just lazy. I sit down and I do this, do that. Whereas I get up, actually I lied again. I get up, I go to the bathroom, weigh myself, then I go in, I take my supplements, so all my vitamins. I take my electrolytes, I take my creatine, I take my Glycomax, no, it's not Glycomax, it's Glutein Max, creatine I already said, collagen, then I have like my vitamin D, 3K2, I have my Tongkat LE, I have my omega-3, I have my curcumin, I have my gynin, I have my, what else have I have a load of extra stuff that I do take. Zinc is at night time. I'm going through my head now that vitamin C as well. That's kind of the most of them that I take every single day without fail. I have them all in a stack beside my office. I get them in, and then I head out to the ice bath, 3 minutes, climb timers on, and then back in, do cardio, and then I get my coffee normally then, because it's nearly an hour later. When I go into a deeper stage in prep, I will be using a coffee before cardio, because we may be adding in the certain stuff like yohimbine or oxygen. But this only works fasted, a little bit the heart rate, small bit, so I'll make sure I burn and sweat a bit more. But look, it's not a magic wand either. If I'm not doing, this is like the 1% that you add extra that you have everything else. People look for OxyShred as in, oh my god, this is a fat burner, like, because it's labeled that, but it's just not. You could take that and it could fucking do nothing. You have to be making sure all your diet is 100%. You have to make sure your workouts is 100%. Your cardio's like pushed on. You know, your sleep is the number one thing on underline of everything. That's all good. And then when you add in certain stuff like this, you got to make sure it's on an empty stomach, fasted, first thing in the morning. And I take Yohimbine and then a coffee, I take coffee and then Yohimbine. The coffee will just help with the Yohimbine to make it work better. I'll let the heart rate that slight bit, and then that pushes me on in cardio more, and I'd be dripping after it. But that will be down through the line. I don't need it at the moment. Weight will tailor off at the moment, but it will get added in, because obviously the leaner you get, the harder it is to pull off weight. So that's why you gotta up the antics even more. Look, it's not illegal or anything like that. It's a natural herb supplement. Look up Yohimbine, you'll even see all about it. You know, I get my one he's coming from America, alright, because unfortunately, like a lot of the ones in Ireland they're rubbish. They don't actually work. This week I'm off to the gym now, and then AK later on. We're just going to enjoy the run, I will be going out and care, but I won't be drinking. I'm on prep. I will literally even be going home after. I'll be driving home after. I won't be staying at the sister's house. Even if they're eating anything around, I won't care, because I'm so locked in now. This is the difference between certain people. It's discipline. Discipline is what will keep you going. Motivation only gets you started, but if your discipline's in place, that'll keep driving you on. Like, motivation just goes up, it dips, then you have serious motivation, and then it dips again, and then so on. Whereas motivation or discipline, it keeps you on at a constant rate. That's what we're always focusing on. Discipline is like, I've only 25 weeks. It's a nut. It will fly. I've been waiting for this cut for the last 2 years. I have it in my head, 3 years of this photo shoot being the best, and that I'm going to give it my all. And I'm also just going to show to clients in the shed what actually happens when you are consistent every single day, and don't just say what you're going to do, but you actually do what you're saying. I'm going to leave this here. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall chat to you in the next one.